First thing you guys want to know about me is where I'm from. I'm from Connecticut. I'm about 630 miles away from the campus here. Coming here was a big decision for me. Leaving the small bubble that is New England, that is the East Coast, and coming to the Midwest was very big. It was a big decision, but I thought it was the right decision for my major. I also thought it was the right decision to branch out, energetic, quick-witted, enjoyable to be around, athletic. I mean, there's a few other things that kind of describe me, but I would say that's probably the thing that I give out the most. I think everybody who knows me knows how much I like sports. I mean, growing up playing baseball and basketball, sports really is my life, and that's kind of the reason why I came here. I mean, the things that I've done, here for WOUB, the public media station here, I mean, between Gridiron Glory, Hardwood Heroes, Newswatch, covering the Ohio baseball team, I mean, it's truly, it's a way that I knew I could keep sports in my life because I knew I wasn't going to play forever. I think being out of state, it causes you to, it forces you to be different, I think, I don't know the exact number, I think about 85% of students who come here are from the state of Ohio, and that's great. I guess just for me personally, I thought it was important for me to branch out, and it forced me to open up and make new friends, which I will be honest, for the first month, I'd say that month of September in 2015 was hard for me. In terms of private, I mean, there's only one person who knows every single thing about me, and that's me. And I don't mean that to sound arrogant or cocky. It's just for me personally, I don't think people need to know every little detail about me. I think part of that is because I think they might judge me. I think there's things that in middle school and high school that they don't need to carry over to college. College is your one chance to be anybody you want to be. So keeping my private life separate from my public life depends on how close I am to you, how much I really want to open up. I know some of my closest friends still think I should open up more, but I don't think so. I don't think it's important, I think there's only certain people who really need to know every little detail about me, and that's one thing that always goes into my consideration. My father instilled one, he was big, my parents are big role models, and so is my older brother, but there's one thing, that really always sticks with me is, control what you can control. There's only so many things in life that you can control: your attitude, your effort, your determination, your passion. And there's just outside factors, things that you cannot control, but the things that you can control is what impacts, your life, impacts the people around you and the people that you touch. So it's important. It's important to keep that public and private life. I don't mind when people, are like, I have to tell you something important. Okay, that's fine for me, because that to me says that they trust me in a way. They think that I'm gonna, that maybe I might know where they're coming from or something like that. I don't need to say that I'm the best person to come to with advice, because I'm not. I don't know everything. I haven't lived your life, so. But when somebody will come up to me and, say, I'm having a problem, or I need your advice for something, or what would you do if I was you? To me that means a lot. That means that, our friendship or our relationship, whatever it may be, we've reached a certain point. And I think that there's certain friendships, I think I remember talking about it in class when we were like, you'll have a friend in class, you'll be great friends for 15 weeks. By the time the semester's over, you see him, you say hi when you pass him in the library or on College Green or on Court Street or whatever the scenario may be. But there's friends that, for sure, there's people I met in my learning community. I live with one of them now. There's one in this class who's one of my good friends. There's a few that I still keep in contact with, but probably half of them I don't. I just didn't have, right off the bat, the connection with them. And I think everybody always harps on the first impression. I mentioned all this stuff that I've done here since I've been here. WOUB, that's like my family here. Only seeing my family, say 4 times a year. My family here at WOUB is just so important to me. Whether it be, like I said, so Gridiron Glory is a football show that covers high school football from the end of August all the way until the Friday before Thanksgiving. Hardwood Heroes was a show that, or is still a show, that covers high school basketball for 8 weeks. Newswatch is our weekly news program that airs from 6:30 to 7 on WOUB, 6:30 to 7, Monday through Friday, from the second week of classes up until the last week before final exams in the spring semester. But I think it's really important to keep face-to-face interaction. That's the #1 way to communicate. Because you can't ignore when I'm talking from here, from one side of the table to the next. You can't ignore that. If I send you an email, you can ignore it. If I send you a text, you can ignore it. If I call you and you don't answer, you're ignoring it. Again, my public and private life, I think I've done a really well job of maintaining. There's, again, certain things that when I'm out doing a story or I'm calling highlights for a football game on Friday nights, I want people who tune into the shows, who watch the shows, to know that, yes, that's the public side of me, but, depending on how much they really want to know, that there is a public side of me, that, I'm a Yankees fan. I like going on hikes. I like, still throw the baseball around. I like to play golf a lot. There's other parts in my public life that I don't mind sharing, but there's other things that, unless you're in a core group with me, you're not really necessarily going to know. Well, guys, I think that's all I have to tell you about my public and private life. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'm not sure if somebody else is going to do an idea like this. I just thought maybe it'd be a little more interactive, a little better to watch instead of a PowerPoint. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I don't want this to seem like I'm intimidating or I'm a hard person to talk to. Again, come up and talk to me, tap me on the shoulder, anything to get your attention, throw your pen at me, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and thanks so much.